So Pilu was brought to us in a completely paralyzed state. All four limbs paralyzed. The only thing that he could move were his eyes, which are really expressive. He was a very skinny, emaciated dog when he came to us. The good thing was that he had deep pain and he had sensation. He just didn't have any motor reflexes. He was also covered in ticks when he came to us. So we did think that he might have had some kind of tick fever related spinal cord lesion that had caused the paralysis. Since he was a street dog, there was a constraint, of course, with costs and with what we could do, but we decided to just go ahead and do whatever was needed to make sure that we got a diagnosis and that we were able to offer him a way back. I was quite confident that we would get him back on his feet. Initially, he was going to be brought to us every day for physiotherapy and he was being kept at a local hostel. But because of the hard flooring, he on day 3 or day 4, he came in with very severe sores all over his body. He had full thickness skin wounds all over, decubitus ulcers everywhere. So we decided to keep him here and do his physio and dressings every day so that we could monitor it. He started recovering quite well. He started lifting his head, he started asking for food. He loved his food, so he never ever said no to food. And started lifting his head, wagging his tail. His tail would go 19 to the dozen and trying to, like sit up on his front legs. We were quite optimistic that we would get him back quite fast. Around 3 weeks into his physio, he suddenly developed a high fever. And we realized that the wounds had formed deep pockets and that was probably causing some level of sepsis. So he had a full relapse and he was unable to get up at all. He also started developing a tick which looked like a distemper chorea. We had no vaccination history on him and he didn't have any signs of this before. So we decided to do an MRI. The MRI didn't show anything significant. Post the MRI, we also did a tap, a CSF tap. And everything was negative. He was negative on the distemper test, negative on all the blood cultures. So we just decided to go ahead with what we had and go back to the physiotherapy and go back to square one and start again. So slowly and surely he started getting back again and it took him a really long time. He was here for about another 2 months. By the end of the second month, he had started sitting up. Started moving his hind legs. The front legs were still really very flaccid, and we knew that if we got him up on his front legs, we would be able to get him moving. He had very intensive physio sessions up to 4 hours a day, every day. The boys really worked hard on him, and sure enough, he started using his front legs. We put him into a cart, and he just got wings from there. And now he's on his feet. He still has a very pronounced distemper type chorea, but he's on his feet and walking all the time. And we've really nurtured him and brought him up to this point. After all that he's gone through, we just hope that he gets a really nice home because he's been through so much and he's got such spunk.